Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Mike Bell and this is Practical Training Professionals. Today we're doing something a little bit different. It's not really an unboxing, it's not a disassembly, reassembly, it's more of a how it works. We've got this really cool, in fact, I'll just show it to you. This is the Micro-Roni, it's made by CAA. Essentially it takes your multiple different calibers and frames of Glock pistols and turns them into carbines. So we're gonna go over this today, show you how to break it down and how to use it and how to make it fit. So with that, let's get right into it. So like I said, guys, today we're going to be doing a kind of how it works on this guy. This is the CAA Micro-Roni. I love the name of that. Essentially, it is a conversion chassis for your Glock pistols. This one will essentially take a Glock, and they come in a whole bunch of different sizes, guys, built for different calibers and different frame sizes for the Glock. This one is good for the Glock 17, 22, and 31. All right, now I've seen them come in a whole bunch of different varieties. They also come in different color choices. There's some other options that we'll get into here in a minute. This one is the black, and it's built for these specific firearms. Yeah, so might as well just get right into it and show you how to use it, and then we'll get into some of the features. So again, this one is built, like I said, it's for the Glock 17. Here we have a Glock 17 Gen 4. We'll go ahead and clear it just to make sure that we're good there. Nothing in the magazine, nothing in the mag well, and nothing in the cylinder here in the action. We're good to go. So the first thing you want to do when you get this bad boy is to make it work here is there's a little button here, all right? Push that button down, and then you can slide this lock mechanism back, all right? And then you'll open that up. Once you got that, you'll go ahead and pull out this charging handle, all right? Charging handle goes right here on top of your Glock. Come on now. There you go. And it's got to fit the rear sights inside there, all right? Now, once you've got that, you really just kind of want to walk it in to the Roni. Slide it forward, it'll engage. Go ahead and push this lock down and then slide the lock forward, all right? And you'll hear it click like that, all right? You'll also see there's a little red dot here. I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera. Little red dot right in here, indicator. All right, once you're there, you've got a shoulder-mounted carbine-style pistol. So that's really cool. Again, how it works here, you just go ahead and pull back the charging handle, right, and it charges the firearm. Just like that, right? You could also let's go ahead and throw the magazine in there. And you pull it back and the slide is locked to the rear. Here's your slide release right here. And it's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes to pull it, but really you just want to push that down. And again, this is one of the things that a lot of people complain about with this thing is that doesn't always work. So I actually just had to bear down on it quite a bit to get the slide to rack forward. Once it's there, this thing's good to go. It's hot. Some things that people notice is that it is relatively short. So, you know, you have a little bit of danger of getting some muzzle flash or putting your hand up here in front of the muzzle. You don't want to do that. So this actually has a thumb stop there. It's got a decent little handle here you could grab onto and rest your thumb on that thingy. It also has these trigger guards. It's not really a lock. It's more like a trigger guard. They kind of just protects the trigger if this were to go in a bag or something like that. I found that you could pretty easily one-handed just kind of move that down and your finger goes right into that trigger well, just like that. So it doesn't take a whole lot of extra, you know, movement to get to where you need to be. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I said, we have ours outfitted with the Spark red dot. You could get optional optics for this, like a rear side post or a front side post, rear side reticle. You could get a whole bunch of different stuff here. This does have the full Picatinny rail system. We've went ahead and got a flashlight on this one, right? Because we like to be tacti-cool, right? So a lot of really cool stuff there. Bunch of different stuff. Now, more about this. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. If you if you weren't familiar with this, you would be hard pressed to try to figure out how to get this thing out of the Micro-Roni, all right? And it is kind of a pain in the butt, right? So first thing you would want to do, right, is start where you stopped, which would be, you know, your last step would be sliding that to the, pushing that down, sliding that back, opening this guy up. Right? And then trying to slide this out. But it's stuck, right? So what you actually have to do is there's a tab here, and then there's one here on the other side that you have to pull down away from the firearm. I'm pulling them in this direction, okay? Once you pull those down, the firearm will slide out, all right? And then you can walk it out of the chassis. Again, and then that thing just pops right off and you're good to go. So that's that. Now, what these tabs actually do is they grip on to this, your light rail right here on the firearm itself. So that's that. Now, like I said, we did go ahead and decide to put a light on this, but you can order this with a flashlight, all right? And the way to get to that is you just kind of pinch these two tabs here. There's one here, one on the other side, and then this blank pops out. And then you can replace this blank with a flashlight from CAA. Again, and this again is just the muzzle brake here. It's really nothing. When your firearm sits in here, you can see that, you know, the barrel doesn't even make it all the way to the end. The barrel really just shoots it out. And that's why there's so many different models fit in here, because this muzzle, if you will, doesn't really touch the bullet ever. There's no contact with the projectile on this firearm or on this chassis. Let's set that aside. Now, that's really how it works, right? That's how you put it together and you take it apart and everything. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Sometimes some of the stuff gets a little bit sticky, like the slide release is a little bit sticky. The actual way to get it out of this chassis, pulling these tabs, that's a little bit sketchy. But where we see this thing at is it really does give you an opportunity to open up your range a little bit. Now, your effective range of your 9x19 bullet is nothing's changing there, but this does give you an opportunity to get a little bit more braced, right? Here with this brace it up, shoulder mount this bad boy, and then you could get, you know, get your forehand out there and really lock this thing in. It's also going to give you a better sight axis, right? So you've got more control over that. It's closer to your body, so you can get more precision and more accuracy. It does require some finesse, but we really like it. Now, where we see value in this is a lot of people are concealed carriers or everyday carriers, right? Open carry or anything like that. And they carry a Glock or anything like that on their body. If the situation ever goes down, and a lot of people in the firearms industry have a bug out bag. They keep first aid stuff in there, maybe additional ammunition, water, flashlight, different stuff like that. We see this as something to add to your bug out bag. Now, it really is. You could break down this brace, and if you don't have the red dot optic on here, and you have fold down front and rear sights, this thing literally doesn't take up a whole lot of space. You can slide this down the side of your bug out bag, and if you really needed to, and you needed a rifle essentially, instead of the pistol, if you needed to do something like that, I mean, shit, you could put a scope on this thing and do some small game hunting or anything like that if you needed to. That's where this thing is going to fit in. Also, let's be real, guys. This is just cool, right? Tacti-cool. This is a lot of fun. It's so much fun out on the range because it's a novelty. Not everybody has one. Not everybody's seen one. We really like it, and we think that you guys will too. Yeah, so check it out. Again, this is the CAA Micro-Roni. This is a chassis conversion kit for the Glock line of pistols. This one particularly is for the Glock 17, 22, or 31 sized frames. You could get it in multiple colors, and you can get it in multiple configurations, to include the light or the thumb brakes, right, where you can kind of grab on up here, different stuff like that. So with that, guys, there you have it. All right, guys, like I said, it is a little bit of a different video. It's not really disassembly, reassembly. It's not an unboxing. It really is just a how it works. This thing out of the box is a blast to shoot with. I mean, you strap your, you load up your Glock in this thing, you take it out to the range, shooting still or anything like that, it gets a lot of attention. This thing is really cool. It does have a purpose. Like I said, you put it in your bug out bag, but also it's just tacti-cool, right? This thing is a blast to shoot. It's so much fun. And it opens up the range a little bit on your Glock 19. Not the effective range of the ammunition, but it does give you a better braced opportunity to acquire a better sight picture and get rounds down range. As always, guys, if you like what we're doing here, go ahead and do us the biggest favor, and that's just hitting that subscribe button. Helps the algorithm know that, hey, people are actually checking out what we're doing around here. If you really want to help, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications and hit that thumbs up and share it with a friend. And that's a lot to do, but we ask you to do it. Really, that's the only way this channel is going to grow, and it's going to empower us to continue to keep doing this kind of content, providing this content to you and anybody else who may need it. And with that, guys, yeah, we're going to call it a day. So as always, learn, defend, prevail. We're out.